years, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Spieth's gonna need to earn that honor. Don't think one major gets it done. I'm starting the live stream now just so we can get links up and everything, but should be should be good. So, yeah, it's up. So you got Instagram, someone?
Dan, you
Yeah.
got Instagram? I think that should be closed.
I'm doing Instagram.
Is that cool?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I have Instagram. If somebody's getting Twitter,
Yep. Can Bob get Twitter? That's better.
it's here, baby.
Thank you so much for the Kalshi promotion, having me
Nice toy.
tweet my first retweet. 1 second. How much would Spieth to not win the Masters pay out on Kalshi?
Not much. Although if they had the insight that we had, maybe pay out a little more.
I just refuse to believe that that's legit.
What are you referring to?
Um, if you were to put 220,000 on Spieth,
No.
someone put 220,000 on Scheffler to not win the Masters.
It's
That's a
ballsy.
that's a chilling bet.
I feel like I'd rather put that on Rory, but I don't have the two hundred twenty
Yeah,
thousand
that's
dollars. So
it's a good question though. I actually we'll see. I guess Rory's sort of been out of thought, out of mind a little bit this week in a weird way. But
dude, little do we know though that the person who put 220 grand on that is a member that's seen Scotty a lot this week. So
They certainly have that money to throw around.
yep.
All right, so I'm doing Twitter, right?
yes.
Do that right now. Why is that link not copy pasting?
Of course. That'll be a message.
Yes, I agree. I do have to
Hmm.
there is some Hovland news I might need to address.
Yes, we'll wait for the start of the show.
Hang on in here, man. Hot.
Incredible. Man, that's not what I want. Man, it's been a while since we've been live. Did we go live for the Open?
Open? Yeah.
Yes, we were on the
It was late.
same.
Okay,
Yes, I
yeah.
mean, it's really well said from Ryan. You are gonna have to address that.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible that that lasted 4 years or whatever it did. Um, I'll get into it. My sources indicate it's not over.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get this thumbnail up, but when you guys can start.
Okay. Oh, it's up on Instagram. Oh, shoot. You didn't tag me, Dan. Is there a
Oh,
taggage
You can
potential?
you can update taggage.
there's a taggage coming.
Thank you for the taggage.
You can tag me as well. I'll repost it.
Spieth Legion and
Let's
Spieth
go win.
Tracker. Mentioned.
Ooh, thanks for the mention.
You're welcome.
It's hot as
Thanks for desiring to be mentioned.
Are you able to
Yes.
put the thumbnail on, Jordan? For some reason, it's not letting me.
Um, on the story
No,
or
on the
what?
YouTube video.
Um, yeah, I think I can. Hold
All right,
on.
if not, just let me know. I think I can.
I think I can do it since I have it. Just give me a second.
Bet. Should be able to do it from your phone.
Yeah, I'll text it to my Mac and I'll do it.
Bet.
I got it. Um,
Yeah, I think it is. It is time to begin. I can start if you want me to while you're doing that.
yeah, no, that
Bet.
works.
Let me give you permissions.
I think you gave them already, but I think. Um,
Do you have an azalea with you, Mr. Cart?
I do. I do.
Did
I
you
also have.
are we on Twitter with the link?
We are on Twitter with the link.
Alrighty. No, not made for kids. Eat it.
No, of course not.
They're not
We
made for
aren't the we aren't
kids.
the par three contest, man.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that a little bit.
I think it's saved. Hopefully, tell me if it's coming up on your end, Bob, if
Perfect.
possible. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Good. Good.
Good. Good, good.
Good. Good. Rivals. Rivals.
Yes.
yep, it's there. Good to
Alrighty.
go.
Good to go. Let's get this thing going.
Yes, sir.
Um, ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Hello, everyone. It is the greatest, most, and I guess it's not the greatest, but at least the most anticipated day of the year. It is Masters Eve, our biggest, most exciting show of the year, our live Masters preview. I believe this is our fourth, fifth. I don't even know.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Fifth.
Fifth
So go
Masters.
get that fifth Masters live. And it's just another it's the 10-year anniversary of not a great thing. So we want to get that out of the way now. Mr. Schlaber makes a great point when he's talking in chat. Uh, Everything that you great patriots do over the next 24 hours affect what happens at Augusta National. You must be at your best. Spieth must be at his best. Greller certainly must be at his best. Everyone must be at their best. So,
Yes, it certainly cannot be pool time right
nope.
now at the Spieth residence. Uh, no need for dislocating anything, spraining anything. We're trying to get the game in gear and get a good finish this week. This is our fifth Masters. We have two missed cuts since we began covering this wonderful, wonderful event. A T4 and a T12. So feast or famine for the most part. Pumped for this week. The course is going to be in fantastic condition. I haven't consumed enough content uh, as much as I should, but I still have about 12 hours or so to do so. So really, really excited. Glad that we're here chopping it up and can't wait to get into it.
Yep. I think as Bob said last year, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve. It is the most wonderful time of the year. I put in chat that, I think this in the Open, you can pound for pound or pretty close in terms of how good the tournament is, but there's nothing like Masters Week and everything that goes with it. All the traditions that we get. The honorary tee shots tomorrow morning at 7:25. Happy to be with you guys. As you said, traditions. We got the azalea cocktail going. I know Bob's got one. I
Yes.
got I got my this Dan's got one in there too. I got my
No.
pimento cheese sandwich. And I broke out this shirt for the first time tonight. Vibes are high. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk Spieth. I'm excited to talk golf course. And I'm excited to be joined by everyone on YouTube that we're live streaming to. And hope you guys enjoy the show.
Yeah, Jordan's got some nuggets, man. I'm excited to get into all these like things that he's been kind of working on and crafting up for this show. This is gonna be this is fun. So,
I try
um,
and be fun.
Yeah, Jordan Jordan is someone that does I know you just mentioned that your take is you think that the even if the Open might be a better tournament, that this week is pretty uncomparable. It is uncomparable to anything in life, really. It is, at least for me. I know Dan is in the early slave forces of the corporate world, so we can't put that big red X. But for me, this is a big red X. Had a very busy week last week trying to make sure everything that I had to get done was done. Hitting that quota so that this week is all Masters. It is the week of the year that is really off limits for anything. I would not be attending a wedding no matter how close they were to me on this week. Um, Probably not a funeral either. So, because at the end of the day, if you schedule a wedding or a funeral at this time, they didn't love you anyways. So, it's the giddiness is out the window. We are just around 12 hours from the old hags hitting their 130-yard swipe cut down the fairway, all arms, no thrust. Um, and it's just we just can't stop smiling. It's the perfect week. It's the greatest sporting event in the world, and every year it delivers. Besides last year, last year was poor, but
yeah,
besides,
I think
Yeah, it's tough to disagree with that.
yeah, for me and this is the weatherman in me, like no
Weather Dan.
delays, no BS. We're not gonna be waiting around for shots to be hit. The tee times are gonna be the tee times. The pairings are gonna be the pairings. Everybody's going off one tee. Everybody's finishing up on 18 green. Like it's just it's how it should be. The course is gonna be firm. It's gonna be beautiful green fairways, and come Sunday, the greens uh be lucky to find some actual green in them, hopefully. Like this should be an excellent test and just such a fun week.
I
And I
I
can't
don't know
wait
how
to
much
get it rolling.
I don't know how much part three content you were able to catch today, Dan. But there were two things that really caught my eye and got me really excited. The first thing was basically word for word, there were like three people who said that the golf course is in a spot where the tournament directors can make it play literally however they want. They can make it easy, they can make it hard, they can make it stupid, they can make it fair. They basically said they can do the golf course is at their mercy this week because of the weather that has been. Um, and the second thing that is what really gets me excited is I don't know if you caught the Riddler's press conference, but he seemed like a man who was a little ticked off, a little ready to kick some ass on the in terms of the setup. It seems like he's not very happy with all the discussion of the rollback. Obviously, Augusta has handled the test of distance better than any course ever. They've grown up with the evolution of the ball speed and the technology, and he seems to just have kind of had a fit with that. I'd be shocked if you don't see a very difficult test this week, and no matter how difficult it is, these players are still very good. I still don't expect the score to get any lower than -7 or -8, but I expect it to be very difficult this week.
Yeah, that's well put. I mean, you need a perfect storm of things for the scoring to get any worse than 7 or 8 gun, as you said, Bob. And we're not getting that perfect storm. We're getting firm in the fast part, but I know cold can, influence scores and make it really harder. It's going to be relatively warm. It'll be a little chilly in the mornings, but nothing crazy. And the wind, I mean, the wind is going to be fairly moderate this week. Looks like tomorrow there could be some gusts, maybe up to 10, 15, maybe 20, but that's about as windy as it's going to be all week. But yeah, we're getting the firm and fast part, which is really cool. I know you talked about it, Dan. It's nice. No delays this year, which is really nice. I feel like we've been getting that thunderstorm every day that really screws up everything. And I mean, let's think back to the last Masters our guy had a chance in, which was really 2021. I mean, we got a rain delay that year, and Hideki came out and just butchered. I mean, he killed the soft conditions. So nothing fluky this year. There's not going to be any delay, any wet weather to take advantage of. Course is going to play nice and fair, nice and tough, as you said, Bob. The Riddler. I didn't see his press conference. I was actually going to listen to it after we get off here. But excited to see what he had to say. And yeah, I mean, it should be what winning score probably in that good old what 7 to 12, 8 to 12 range, and it'll be a good test.
I think you'd sign every player in that locker room would sign for 10 right now, would be my guess. I think
Ooh,
there's
10.
separation that comes with this golf course. Think about Scheffler's first win in 22. Believe it was him, Cam Smith, and nobody else. Scheffler's win in 24. Obviously, he was able to uh, kind of run away from the pack a little bit. Um, so separation, is part of this tournament. I think you'll probably see two or three guys in that 8 to 9 to 10 under range, and then a whole bunch kind of at that 5, 4, 3. Um, so it's a good week to break 70 3 or 4 times and see where that puts you on the leaderboard at the end of the week.
It's really well said. It makes you excited knowing that it's going to probably be fairly difficult because especially for a player like Spieth, it's very you don't have to look too far and deep into the bag to put together a game plan where you can see him getting to that number. It's
Yeah.
easily for the the modern Jordan Spieth, say the post 2018 Jordan Spieth, that is the winning score that he contends the most around. And again, he's it's getting worse every year. Every year he's falling further down the average leaderboard, but that scoring average is still holding very much at the top. And there's no doubt that this guy, even if his game doesn't fit it as good now as it did back in his prime, because a lot of things in his game have changed. This is a course that there's less than a handful of guys that know this golf course and at least know how to play this golf course well better than him.
Yeah, it's well said. I mean, it's funny. I've been looking up Spieth pretty much nonstop this week, and it's been mentioned at least by name by like four guys. And they asked Ludwig, I think it was today, if you could follow 1 to 2 guys around this golf course. I don't know if it was a practice round or just in a round to see how they play shots. Who would you pick? And he picked Spieth. And he picked one other guy. And could you guys guess the other guy he picked?
Player in the field
Yes.
and like not Olafable, for example.
No, it's no, no.
So it's a current like somebody would tee it up on tour next week too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. He's playing next week, I would think.
Interesting.
Scott,
No, but a guy that he's a Masters champion.
Masters champion.
I mean, think good
no,
short games and creative and
Hideki?
Hideki. Ludwig picks Spieth
Interesting.
and Hideki as the two guys he'd really want to follow around this place, which I guess makes sense. Unfortunately for Ludwig today, Spieth played with Mr. Holtz, Brandon Holtz, I believe that's his name, the amateur real estate agent. Shout out to the real estate agents out there.
Like
Um, yeah, just tagged along. I mean, I was trying to figure out who was playing with this morning. They even had JT on live from with like 3 other dudes, and Spieth wasn't in that group, and that's because he was with the realtor, Mr. Holtz, um, which was pretty cool experience, I think, for Mr. Holtz and Spieth. I know Spieth got asked about him today. He's apparently a college basketball player, big dude. They asked Spieth if he could box him out, and Spieth said no. Um, So that was cool
believe
for the
that.
two of them. Yeah, he's apparently a pretty big dude.
I don't know if you
Um,
guys. Oh, so go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the one of the pieces of content I have seen this week is that Under the Umbrella series, with Kira Dixon. Spieth was on there, gave 15 minutes of answering questions about the Masters and a few things about AT&T, of course. But the one of the questions was like, at what point would you let or like who do you play your practice rounds with? And he's like, well, it's JT because that's my guy. We grew up together, but I also don't want to play practice rounds with other guys that I'm competing against because I'm not trying to let them get in Michael's yardage book because
So
you keep.
what are you saying, Dan, about Mr. Holtz?
Well,
Or
I think
he's saying something about Mr. Holtz?
I think Spieth's implying that Mr. Holtz can have the secrets, and he's not worried about Mr. Holtz this week,
Oh, we're
um,
doomed
which
now.
which is which is
Congrats to
just
Mr. Holtz on the
incredible.
Masters title.
Oh,
No, I
yes.
mean, yes, congrats to Mr. Holtz. Mr. Holtz might beat Spieth by two tomorrow. Um, but no, I mean, who
Well,
knows? I think
if
that'd be
there's
pretty,
anyone
it's pretty
who
sweet.
uses their game plan to the least of their advantage, it would be Spieth. So
Yeah,
maybe someone else can use that brilliant game plan in a better way.
correct. Yeah, he did. It was funny. Spieth did like 5 minutes of interview today. Um, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got to pick my spots. Game feels, better than it has coming in here in a long time." And it's like, I feel like we've heard that every year since the whole picking the spots thing and being patient. And it's like, are we, you know, that gets thrown out the window come 13 on Thursday, sort of interesting. But which kind of going back to one of your earlier points, Bob, about the winning score being 10, like it is just a perfect number because he's capable of birdieing
Oh,
pretty much every hole
absolutely.
on the course and also capable of bogeying pretty much every hole on the course.
Yeah.
Now, if you stack up two more birdies compared to those squares each round, like that's 1 to 9, and there's serious contention. So, um, that's kind of the formula. Obviously, if we want to dive into his actual game, like needs to putt much better than he did at Valero, and needs to clean up some of the short game and some of the longer irons, but
Yeah.
feels like we're in a not too bad of a spot. I know we didn't do a Valero recap because there wasn't a whole lot to recap, but certainly feel pretty kind of confident about how the game's going to pan out this week.
I think he's giddy about the conditions as well. I think he knows that this is the best kind of golf course for him, uh, especially with the way he's playing now, because bad shots are going to happen, right? And I tweeted this last night. Kind of more of an engagement farm than anything. But I mean, if he has some really loose swings like he has in the past, and you just make bogey, I mean, everyone's going to make five bogeys this week. Everyone's going to make a lot of bogeys this week. I saw Jordan, you put this in the chat a few weeks ago. There's no worse bet on the board than 80 to 1 bogey free 72 holes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just not going to happen. It's never happened, and it certainly won't happen this year. So it's just a golf course that the reason why the Masters and the Open are easy to get excited for if you're a Spieth fan is because he is more patient at those two tournaments than he is on the regular event. And I'm sure the scoring does have something to do with it. I'm sure at the Open it does have a lot to do with the shots that he figures out how to hit that he somehow can't hit in the United States, which still makes me angry all the time. But I think he knows how to be patient here more than anywhere on tour, which is good because he's lacked patience this year. So it's what killed him. It's what kills him at a lot of those tournaments like Sawgrass. So I'm really excited because I don't think he can win. I really don't. But I do think there's a really solid chance that he'll have a shot with 27 holes to go. I think he could if he executes his game plan correctly. I mean, how many back is 6 under with 27 holes to go? Probably not more than three.
No, probably not. I think the other thing too, like with the scoring, there's probably 66 out there tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And
Even
from there it kind of levels out, you know? Like the two under each day gets better as the tournament goes on, ideally. Um, so he could be, shoots a 70 tomorrow, he could be four back, but with only maybe eight or nine guys to in
oh,
front of him.
I mean, 70's getting my Hancock really quickly. I'm putting my signature down for 70 immediately.
Yeah, I'd take
Oh
70,
yeah.
especially in the afternoon.
Yeah, I
Like I would do a lot for a 70-69 start and just take that and run.
that's probably three back.
I mean, looking
Three
back at
back.
2021, or 71 was pretty good on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I don't
remember
think
that
it'll play that
chip
much
in on
differently.
15?
Yeah, they got away with.
Yeah. For Eagle, should have been a seven, four-shot swing.
Yeah. Well, you need that though. I mean,
Right.
I mean, our guy hasn't won in coming up on 4 years,
4 years next week.
and we're still here. And but yeah, I mean, every winner on tour needs a break, or two breaks, or three breaks. This week, you're going to need, I mean, some bounces and some. I think Bob, you kind of said it. There's going to be good shots that aren't rewarded this week. I think, which isn't always typical of Augusta, but with just how firm they're going to get that place, I mean, there's going to be the margins are just going to be very, very small to where you're thinking you're going to hit a pretty good shot and you're not going to love the result.
Yeah, I think
Um,
the perfect when I always think of Augusta and firm greens and what makes it so different is you if you're hitting a say you're laying up and you're hitting like a 60-yard wedge and a 13 to that back pin on Saturday, if you land it short of the slope, you're probably going to be pretty good. If you land it on the slope, you're probably going to have like a 50-foot birdie putt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference between 2 feet. So it's that's what makes this. It's incredible to me. I mean, they're the best set of par fives in the world. It's incredible to me how scoreable the par fives are from a reachable standpoint. Like like every hole, every par five is very birdieable, as well as it is bogeyable. But it's very awesome how even with that, this course never produces low scores. I think what's low? 63?
the year you won it,
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
60,
the Fall
63 is the
Masters,
course record.
I don't think that'll be
That's
touched this week.
no, it won't. I'm just saying it's even the toughest golf courses in the world. I mean, we've had some pretty soft Masters, and the score usually is 13 in that situation, 14. It's probably only going to be 4 or 5 shots off what it will be in a firm and fast Masters like this week.
Yeah.
It's
What's the line right now? I guess I'll look it up as we're live
well,
here.
I do know players are saying they'd sign for 10. So I'd be interested to see this. I'll look it up right now.
You'll probably beat me to it, but I am curious. The books are buying the talk, or what? Um,
Maybe they're
but
rigging. I don't know.
who knows? I mean, we do hear it a lot that like the
Oh yeah.
overblowness of the toughness. Sometimes it holds up, sometimes it doesn't. Augusta's weird because it's like it can only get so tough. I mean, whereas like a Oakmont or maybe a Shinnecock 2 months from now. We kind of know
Wow, it
what's
is
up.
high.
What is it?
It is 14 under par.
Oh, so it seems like easy money
274.
on the.
274 and a half.
What book is this?
FanDuel.
1400.
No way. Maybe it's like, the NFL where people love their overs, man, and they think everyone's going to be betting the over.
I doubt it.
Or
No.
that's insane. What is it under?
Tourney specials.
Nah, that's
Hmm.
insane. 274. Wow.
I feel like it has to be bet.
Yeah, I mean, the last time a Masters has went
I
over
mean,
that number
the
is
last
wild.
five haven't even gotten there.
Yeah. And there's been some rain in those. That's maybe because the wind's just not going to be that high, apparently. I mean, DJ got to 20, Reed got to 15, Jordan obviously 18. I don't know about that.
That's only three times in the last decade.
And it's supposed to play pretty firm.
And it's yeah. And you've got players saying they'd sign for 10. We'll
That might
see.
be some Dan cash there, man.
I mean,
Some Dan cash.
maybe. Unless they just know somebody's going to be on a heater. Like
When they know, they know.
Scheffler plays his best golf, he could get to 15.
I just maybe it's the lack of wind. That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a crazy line from
It's
everything we've
almost
heard.
seems it almost seems sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
let me cover my bases here. Let's look at some other books. I mean, usually it's not like that, but it is a kind of bet that might get lost, and they might just have a really bad line out there. Let me see what like DraftKings has it at.
that's fair. I guess while you do that, just keep it on the Jordan trend. I got my shirt on, and Dan's kind of been teasing some of these stats that I've been pulling. I am giddy. Beyond giddy. I think if we pull the curtain back, I think I mentioned a few podcasts ago, you got to be inside that data golf top 29. Every single champion since what Angel Cabrera in '09 was inside that data golf top 29. Jordan's not in it, so it's hard to make a path, but that's not going to stop my excitement from thinking it can happen. It's funny because if you're watching Golf Channel this week, or you're watching to see who's having their photo taken the most, the answer is Rory. And past champions don't repeat here. You have Scotty, who's still the best player in the world, but he's not in great form. It's actually funny too. I was watching live from, and I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was Brad Faxon or someone else. Someone thinks there is a chance Scotty's been battling something physically, and that he's been working on his swing because he's battling something. Who knows if that's true? So we got Rory, we got Scotty, we got the big Spaniard John Rahm, who's playing on a tour that's sometimes, there's a lack of competitors there. Um,
Well,
so
recently, yes.
yes, I mean you go down
Mickelson's
the
been
list,
out for a while,
and it's yeah, that's very well said. And I
and
was thinking
Reed's
about
gone.
Rita's gone; they are dropping like flies. The Smash Captain's no longer the Smash Captain, Mister Kepka. But you go down. I was thinking about Rom last night as I was on a walk, and man, is he underachieved, man. He's only got two majors. Like,
I
I,
think I think we'd be thinking about it differently if he'd have contended a little more while he's been on live.
it's fair. He's very DJ-ish. Like, DJ seems like a perfect career comp for him.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it seems like Rom's got another thrust in the bag.
Yeah, yes, I won't discard the potential
Like when
thrust to
DJ won
come,
his
but
last major, it did kind of feel like DJ was going to ride that out, and then that was probably the end of his prime.
it was also a Fugazi major, but
Yes.
or it wasn't a real Masters.
No, it wasn't.
That is
But I
interesting
think
about
it's
Rahm.
I'll give him the full major because if it was in April, I think he also would have won. He was so
Yes.
far and away the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it to him.
No, it's no, you obviously give it to him, but it's you go down that board, man, and I come back to our Texan who um the number he doesn't have that. It's funny though. There's a million stats out there, and Dan and I were talking about one last night. What is it, Dan? It's the 18 tee to green. Um,
Yeah. So in the four prior tournaments to the Masters, the last like 14 winners have all been 18 strokes gained tee to green combined over their previous four events. There's like 12 guys that fit that bill. Spieth is 13th, 17.5. So if you're trying to expand the bubble, you don't have to very far, which I think is one thing that kind of sneakily under the radar over the last four events. Like the iron play's been good. I believe it's now 5 straight weeks positive approach play. Driver the last 2 weeks has been the best it has all year, gained in both distance and accuracy at Valero and Valspar. Um, so trending at two very important statistical categories. Obviously, the putter is declined, but I think when you look at this place with how firm it's going to be and the precision that's required on a bunch of these iron shots, especially with the wedges, if it's going to be firm and ball's going to roll out, you're going to get shorter clubs into these greens. I think you can, I mean, obviously we're major Spieth fans, but there's a case to be built slowly but surely as you kind of dive into each of these kind of stats and masters trends and whatnot. I know, Jordan, you have like a bunch of
yeah.
these things
I mean,
lined
we
up.
got the chat going here. I've done a comprehensive breakdown of every hole he's played at Augusta in his career. If you got a stat that you want, I got it. But what was I gonna say? He did speak today, thankfully. Shout out to Brentley Romine, who is not watching this live on YouTube, but thanks for Brentley for requesting Jordan to talk,
Who
or
knows?
else we wouldn't have. Well, you never know. You
Mm.
never know. I did thank him on Twitter for requesting him.
He's a
It's
patriot.
funny. He is a Patriot. He's also the only guy that was asking Jordan questions, I think. So you requested him, and we got Jordan's, take on his game. And I love what he had to say. I'm trying to pull it up here. Straight to the point. No BS. No, oh, I had my wrist surgery done 4 months ago, or 4 months into the 10-year plan. It was great. Yeah, feel good. As good as it's been in a long time coming into this week. And it's like just plain and simple. And um, the no laying up crew, I think Solely, let me pronounce it correctly, Solely. Tron Carter, very high on speed this week. Gotta love it. They were out in Augusta and they got the Mike Greller I'm feeling good about this week. And that's a patent. When Greller gets the look in his eye, things
Pep in
typically
the
go
step.
well. I will say, and Bob mentioned this near the beginning of the podcast, there will be a shot hit this week that is not hit well. How will Jordan respond to it? Will he move on, or will it bleed into the next 7 to 8 holes of the freaking round? And the counterpoint to that is, Bob, as you kind of said, like he's got more patience here typically. And I think he just is okay with accepting a bad result here on one shot and being able to move on more than he has other places.
I
Um,
agree, which is why it can't be certain mistakes, certain places, because sometimes you do just get Augusta, right? Like that nine that he made on 15. What was that? 2 years ago?
yeah,
24. Yeah.
he's
I
still
mean
playing
that
15.
that wasn't even a necessarily lack of patience. It was just two bad shots back to back that killed him.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you get Augusta, right? Like wind changes. I mean, how many times you hear people saying when they're in the fairway on 13 that they'll twirl a club and it will end up in the azaleas? Like bad shots are gonna happen. Like
Found
more
the
than
azaleas
likely,
last year
yes. Refuse to
and the
look for it.
creek and the creek.
Yes.
Keys
Refuse
to
to give a
victory
look.
this week. Don't do either of those. He did
Yes.
refuse to give it a look. I remember being pissed about that.
Yeah.
Note to
But I
self: get your ass in the azaleas and find the
yes.
damn golf ball.
Yes, and it's also back to your point that you were making. Um, feels good about this week. Will Geller be on his game?
That's
He
a big key.
It's a big key. Greller has had some yardage issues recently. And if you're gonna give those yardage issues at Augusta, first of all, it better be your ass in the azaleas looking for the golf ball. And second of all, it's gonna have to be not doing that in the first place.
Yeah,
So I think that overall, it's very easy to get giddy about this week because everything on paper looks so good if this guy was just a video game golfer,
yeah,
like no thoughts, just hitting it well, has 3 to 4 bad, super bad. I'll even give him terrible swings. Like that's not necessarily going to knock you out of the tournament if it's dealt with the right way and you get a good break here and a good break there. It's the lack of trust that you have with him in terms of not being able to score. He consistently for the last I don't even know how long gets just the least out of all these good rounds that he's playing,
Yeah.
and it's a different reason every time.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a swipe iron shot into a bunker, gets plugged, duffs a chip, makes double. Sometimes it's miss a 2 footer and then miss another 3 footer a few holes later. Like that's the only thing it stinks. It's a different thing. He just always somehow seems to defy the odds and find a way to the point where it almost defies it defies odds. Like
Yeah,
how is one of the times it not worked?
Right.
yeah, yeah. I want to
So
go back to Greller real quick, if I may. Um, it is a big week for Michael. We go back to 2015. Any of the three of us could have been on Jordan's bag, and I think he would have been okay. That dude in 15, way different player, different golf swing, different place in life, so carefree. He didn't, I mean, it doesn't matter who was his caddy. Jordan's not like that anymore. He's just a different person, different player, different stage in life. I think Michael need because I think I don't know if I told you this, Dan, or I've been thinking it a million times. I think this year compared to the last so many few, Jordan's got, and we've seen this. I mean, he makes a ton of birdies, a ton, and I think more this year than the last a lot. I mean, we'll get into the par three statistics and how important they are shortly, but Jordan's got a lot of good iron and good wedge shots in the bag. Like there is going to be a lot of good, and especially this week with how tough the golf course is going to play. Michael needs to get his guy around the golf course and be there just when necessary, when he's got to say something. If they're in the pine straw tomorrow at 13, don't throw your tournament away. Just little stuff like that. I mean, Jordan again in 15 could get away with a million things, did everything well. It's not going to be that way this week. That's not the way he's wired anymore. Um, I think it's a big week for Michael.
It's a,
yeah, yeah,
no,
I,
it's spot
I,
on. It is. Gotta guide the man. You look back at a few of the past masters, you think of 23, you think of 21. Uh Certainly not for lack of firepower. You look at 23, I believe he was top three in birdies slash eagles made for the week. And it was a T, sort of a backdoor T4. Which you know, T4 is a good finish, but you should really be in contention when you're making that many birdies. I think
Did
kind
you
of
say
circling
23?
23, yeah.
He made tied for first most birdies in 23.
Well, there you go.
Tied with
Even worse.
Mickelson,
Yes.
21
Uh,
birdies that
unsurprised.
year.
yeah. Circling back to some of the pre-Greller talk about the misses and the bad swings, feels like And maybe at some point, I think you have to acknowledge that it's not a coincidence that the worst possible swing happens on certain holes. Like the big miss right happens on 16 at Valspar. And it doesn't happen on one at Valspar because there's not a pond to the right at one on Valspar. Like I think at some point there's this like this is the absolute worst miss, and once around, it's
He
just gonna
finds
be
it.
there. Yeah. That being said, at some point you would think water finds its level a little bit with that, right? If he's truly has some mental strength.
Are you insinuating that's this week, Dan?
I'm
Are you
insinuating it could
insinuating a lack of mental strength,
I
Dan?
am I am insinuating um that I very dearly hope it is just coincidence that the bad swings happen at the wrong times. And this is a good week to figure that
Yes,
out.
must be hoped.
You hit a toe ball off the tee on 10, you're fine. You hit a toe ball off the tee on 13, you're not fine. Big block right on 11, you're fine. Big block right on 18, not fine. Like there's places to have big misses, and can we get lucky and have those be on, can the toe ball come on 10? Can the big block right come on 11
Mhm.
or 2? Right? Like, can we get these misses at the right times? Or are we going to get the toe ball on 13, the overfade on 18, the
Or
the chunk on 16, right? Like
12.
12,
or can
yes,
it
the chunk on
be
12.
or can it be the toe ball on 13 and make a six and respond with two good swings on 14 and a bounce back? I'll take that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
no,
like it's not even necessarily that the bad swing's coming at the worst time. It's coming at the worst time in the worst spot, and then it's affecting everything else to the house.
it's true, but I also think like you can't hit a toe ball on 13 for 4 days. I mean, Jordan's
No,
got all these numbers, and we need to get into those a little bit more, but like
I'll say
he
one more thing
hasn't played
on
13 very well
no,
since.
no.
Like
I
these are important holes to take advantage of, and the toe balls come out on 13, right? 18,
yeah.
got to finish strong, block right, pull hook left in the trees, auto 5 at best. Like it's just
Yeah,
critical
when's the
moments to
last
hit
time
good
Spieth
shots.
was during a good round standing in the middle of the fairway on 18?
When's the last time he's made a birdie on 18, Bob? Any idea?
21?
Let's take a peek here. Uh, it's been a while. I know that. Um, the answer would be his 16th round at the Masters. So do the math there.
2017.
There you go.
Holy.
I'm sure he made birdie today.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesday or Monday, whenever he played 18 this week.
Yes. Whenever Sammy
He,
putted for him.
he had a good tee shot on 18 yesterday. I know that. But
That's good.
yeah, there are a lot of holes he has significantly regressed on in his Masters career.
Yeah, I'll say another thing about the mental strength before we move on to these numbers. I think that, you know, this is not, I hate when people say that, 2016 is why he's here. I mean, I'm sure it plays a part, but at the end of the day, you could tell that, I mean, in that interview that he did, he said he still believed that that they're a closing team. Do you think he believes that now? I bet he wants to believe it, but this is every time you hit that swipe on the 16 into the Valspar, every time you do that, it just adds scar tissue. It makes the next big shot harder. It's not one bad shot that gives you demons. Yes, he's played, I believe the number is 17 holes at Augusta under par, or everything
Yeah,
but
12. Well,
12.
he's gained on every single hole except 12 in his Masters career. 18 he's
Even
been
a,
okay on.
even
But
11.
12's he's played 11 very well in his Masters career. a lot of fours.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I think it is crazy that he's played one hole worse than field average in his entire career, and it's 12th.
yeah, he hasn't even played it that bad. I mean, he's obviously thrown away a jacket there, but
He's thrown away two
numbers
jackets
wise,
there, potentially, you
yeah,
say.
it's been a rough hole.
And
It's
it's
always been
not
a rough
just
hole.
him. It's not a him thing necessarily.
No, 12 is
There
taking a lot of
it has a
jackets.
million victims.
Yeah.
Miss Tally most recently.
Yes, well, we need to address that because there is a rumor that Miss Tally is let Spieth resurrect.
Oh,
Um,
chills.
Tally's seven has allowed Spieth to come back from the dead because she is now the I don't know the patron saint of choking on the 12th hole in Augusta.
Ray's Creek only
I mean,
has one victim at a time.
I respect how she played it, man. She dropped in the bunker, said "F this," I'm playing the bunker shot again, and took another dunk into the water. I mean,
Yes.
she
Yes.
no F's given for Miss Tally.
Yes, I would be well the last time someone got taken by that, not as bad. I guess it's different because Molinari only put one in the water, but I mean he fell off the face of the earth.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So
They
We'll see him at Portrush.
Ray's Creek needed like a an they needed an active victim. Molinari just disappeared, so it had to
yeah.
be. It was still Spieth.
I
Um,
feel I feel it's funny that no one took Finau's contention serious enough to even remember that he did the same thing in the same spot.
No, that's well said. No, he's not a real competitor.
Tiger and Molinari,
so,
the most recent major champion and the greatest champion of our generation. No one gave Finau a licking chance with the seven
No,
holes to
no,
play.
no, not at all. I will say with Tally, Tally made a seven.
Yeah,
Molinari probably
no,
he
that's the
only made what a
difference.
yeah. I mean, you got to
5.
really unravel to resurrect Spieth, and we got that from
Yeah.
Tally. So if
There's
Spieth
also
does win on Sunday night, she gets a massive shout out.
yeah. Also, I mean, be careful with my words here, but
Oh
if
boy,
you look at the success of Tiger Woods and Jordan Spieth, they never
Oh, it's really
coincide.
well said. I was going to bring this up as well.
They never coincide. Obviously, hoping Tiger is finding help that he needs.
he was officially charged with DUI today, I believe. So
But and
Bad human being. Bad
I
human
don't
being.
mean to laugh. It's just because obviously I'm hoping that Tiger gets some help because he needs it. Um, but the idea that like when Tiger doesn't play well, Spieth does, and vice versa. I mean, Tiger won the Masters in Spieth's worst career year, in 2019, and obviously just wasn't around much in the early part of those Spieth days. So, a couple things going Spieth's way, I guess, if you want to look at it from a crazy uh viewpoint. So, um, just thought I'd throw that out there as well.
No, it's important to note because it's very true. There's a lot of things that happen that the golf gods are not very kind to Spieth with. The Tiger Spieth back and forth is something that we could take in a positive light right now. Um, Last time, yeah, Tiger winning the Masters in 19. That was Spieth. How many months was that after losing to DJ? Only a few.
Maybe well, he lost to DJ in 17. So
Oh, that was 17.
14,
Yeah.
16. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, Tiger was back in 2018.
Oh, yeah,
So,
brutally.
and then obviously played a little bit kind of throughout some of the COVID stuff. And then it's a very weird comparison. Then obviously there was that horrible car accident in 21. Spieth again found form. Uh, and then Tiger, I believe, played in 22. Spieth lost form.
S-
Accident
Then
in 23.
accident in 23. Spieth then got hurt in 23 after playing well. So,
Contended at the Masters. Well, that wasn't contention.
yes, he backdoored. He roried. Well, I guess you can't really call it a rory anymore. Um, but backdoored a good finish at Augusta, and then he
We
got
have a
hurt.
we have a patriot in here who just can't stop talking about how he's Kepka's gonna shoot 1 million today, tomorrow. He's mentioned it like 5 times.
We haven't
Yeah.
mentioned the group. I hate to interrupt Dan, but it's a good
No,
group.
no.
I love
We
the
need
group
to move on
tomorrow.
from the Tiger
Well,
talk.
well, I think it's debatable, but we get Kepka tomorrow, who I've been begging for Jordan to play with since Kepka came back from Live, so that'll be fun. We're not featured tomorrow, which kind of sucks.
Well,
But well, the Dan camp isn't. I mean,
well, it's not.
what you're
I just
saying.
mean like they're not featured in the like you're gonna see every shot on the app. But my guess is you'll see. I guess it's kind of tough. You'll probably see most of the last 9 holes.
I think we'll see a lot because they got what 4, 5, 6, Amen Corner, and
There's 8 holes
six.
that you can watch for sure for every group.
Yes, and that doesn't include the which we'll see. I wonder. I'm excited to see it tomorrow. The Prime early start.
True.
I don't know who the commentators are going to be for that. I don't know if it's just going to be the normal like ESPN
I
guys. It's just going to be on Prime.
I think it's Terry Gannon,
Okay, so that'll
which
be
is
that'll be fun
solid.
to see.
Surprised
Um,
Mr. Sands didn't get the nod.
that's a good point. It's good to bring up regarding Prime. The video picture on Prime for NFL games, I think, is the best of any single um, CBS, Fox, any
It's
broadcasting.
good for
So,
NBA too.
yeah, so seeing Augusta on Prime tomorrow could be, I mean, just an even greater treat than is getting credit for. But so the early start will be nice. Yeah, we
So
should see a lot of golf tomorrow,
so
even with not being featured.
just to be clear, even though ESPN's still partnered with the featured group streams will be on Prime, right?
No,
I mean,
No.
well, they'll probably show the featured group players a lot, but
So just coverage on Prime, and ESPN still has this different streams.
yep. The
yeah,
Prime is basically just like a normal broadcast.
but then ESPN takes over like the feed at 3.
Yeah.
So instead of only 3 to 3 hours of 3 or 4 hours of coverage, it's a full um it's 5 hours, and I mean obviously it's all on the Masters app.
There can
Um,
never be enough Masters coverage.
right. It really should. Where do the PGA has coverage all day, right?
Best
It
coverage of any
does.
major.
I've always thought about how
And the Open does too.
think about how many people would think about how many people and how much money they have in this day and age. If you can watch like junior girls singles at the Australian Open, how are you not able to watch? How do they not just have a stream for every hole like they do courts?
They do
I
with
mean,
players, about it.
it would be a pain to switch every hole, but how do you not at least just have a sitting camera on the green so you can see birdie putts?
Yeah. Well, they do. They have coverage there. They just don't have the streams for it, if that makes
Exactly.
sense.
And the video always comes in delayed, so it's kind of pointless to watch when it's
Yeah.
2, 3 minutes after the fact.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they just can't keep it going. No one needs commentators. In fact, the commentators make it worse most of the time, in terms
Yeah.
of feature groups.
Yeah.
But
Or you could pay me $10 and I'd commentate on any of those groups.
exactly, like the amount of people who like go,
Yeah.
You'll leave your
it's
job
like
tomorrow, right, Dan?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
here's Olafale for birdie at 1.
Off early tomorrow. Off early.
As per usual. He
As
gets
per usual.
a favorable draw from Augusta, but excited for the
Oh,
driver. Might be driver hybrid into 1 with the firmness.
oh my God. Olafable playing with Potgieter.
wow, that is unbelievable.
There's probably gonna be a 100 yard
Olafaba will beat
distance.
him. He'll beat him. Watch, he'll beat him. That'll be the talk of Twitter tomorrow. He's gonna beat him.
He
Yeah,
will.
you can already
He
I
see the
will.
tweet be formed by like Kyle Porter or no
I've
lineup.
seen.
Like
I'll say
that's
this. Hawk Eater, I believe this is his first, right?
yes.
Uh,
Hawk Eater
could be
could
his
play
last.
really bad because he's not in good form as well. But I've seen a lot of people really high on Marco Penge. I would
No
not be
thanks.
shocked if he shoots a 77 or a 78 at some point this week.
No,
So I
I don't want to see
know
that.
people are all on Bridgman.
I,
I could see a 75 out of him tomorrow. I think he'll settle into it, but like
I
he,
could see him starting bad. I don't know about 75. He's hitting the
So,
ball really well.
so if you, who's the first timer you would like, Dan? I mean, everyone's talking about when we're gonna get the next first time winner.
oh,
Is there a first timer you like, or
I mean, in the Masters fantasy, I still have Bridgman. I just think it's
okay,
like I think he's out in 38 or 39. Like I think it's a
okay,
slow get out because there's just some extra juice, you know. And like you were saying, especially this year or this week, you fly the ball 2 yards too far on some of these approach shots, and you've got an impossible up and down, or you're in a horrible spot. I think of one.
Yeah,
We'll see where
the
the pin
first timer.
and like you get
Sorry, you were a little delayed. My bad. I didn't hear you while you were talking. But
yeah, no, it's fine. But back right
um,
one tomorrow, for example, a little amped up. You try and
yeah,
hit
yeah.
the green, one big hop over the green. There's a five instantly. It's like
The first timer list doesn't really like. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Ryan Gerard shot one under tomorrow, but like I'd kind of be shocked. Like
yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
very enticing list besides Bridgman. I could see an amateur leading that list after round one.
hell yeah,
Because there's usually an amateur who plays well. Another Sun Devil in the field this year. Um,
FIFA,
yes,
great
great
game.
player.
No
Flushes the
longer,
golf ball.
yeah, no longer a game, but
you're saying you could see Holtz break par tomorrow.
Good.
That'd be a story.
a realtor break apart the Masters. That'd be interesting. I can't find the Augusta's range tracker is always kind of a fun thing to watch, and kudos to the PGA Tour for introducing it. We'll get it next week at the Heritage. I think it's at every single signature event the rest of the year. It's always cool to look at the ball counts there. And I remember doing this podcast with you fellas last year, and we weren't really upset that Jordan Spieth's ball count was high, and we ended up watching the Masters that week, and he couldn't hit an iron shot to save his life. He did go high yesterday. Didn't go high Monday, probably off the long day on Sunday at Valero. But looking at today, just 82 shots today. Had a range session this morning. Went to play the front nine, then went to the par three, and then another range session. Just 82 balls. Nothing crazy. I'm looking at the list here. Ludwig 156. Cantlay 175. Wyndham Clark 177. And then you got guys like Bryson, who is at 149. I think he's always high, and he still played well last year.
Yeah.
But I do remember last year at the Masters, a lot of guys that had high ball counts, specifically on Wednesday, were not guys that played well. So it'll be interesting to see how that translates this week. And it's good that our guy was not one
Who
of
are
those
some of the
guys
weird
hitting a lot of
ones?
balls. I'll keep going. So Goddard was 177, Grazerman 130, Ben Griffin 173. That's easy to believe. Harry Hall 158, Homa 161, another one that's easy to believe. Hovland 140, Sungjae Im 221.
Sheesh.
Easy to believe. The four ace, Dustin Johnson 168.
Wow. That kind of
Yeah,
surprises me.
if he's hitting a lot of balls, that might
I
tell you
mean,
all you need to know.
maybe he just didn't hit balls Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's also believable. Rom 157, and he had a lengthy afternoon range session, which is interesting. He was out at 3:30 and he hit a lot of drivers. Um, So that's interesting. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else at the bottom here. Um, no, and it's full. And you look at some of the other big names who are lower. Jordan at 82. Scheffler was at 66 today. Xander 64. Um, the par three champion, Aaron Rai, only 71.
Two
More.
votes.
Speaking of a guy, I'm sure we'll get into a little bit more. Kawa, 45.
Hmm.
I think that might have been low for some other reasons, but Rory 62, just 34 for Hideki. Brooks was over 100. Siwoo Kim 35. He's been striping it this year. So
Rory might have been
anything stand
hungover.
out there? Possible. Yeah, I believe Rory probably enjoyed that dinner quite a bit last night. You can't blame
I,
him.
I, no, you can't blame him at all. I'd be shocked if he play or at least contends this week. Um,
Okay, like a backdoor T8 is very
like
doable though.
he could backdoor T8, but I wouldn't bet him. I wouldn't bet him.
To
I
win,
think no, I wouldn't bet him in any way that's
fair.
bettable. Like I wouldn't bet him
It's
top
interesting.
15. I think it's deserved, but I do think that Rory is someone who really has struggled to find motivation at times in his career. And he usually got it from two things, which was one, doubt, or two, either the Ryder Cup or the Masters, a tournament that meant a lot to him. And I think that after the injury that he had, I think that he's probably struggled to find, which is crazy because he had been playing really well up to that injury. But I think he's probably living in a little bit of a fantasy land right now, and and it might not be that he's a great golfer. It might not be the difference between him playing good and playing bad, but that easily could be the difference between him not winning. I don't think he's got a shot this week, to be honest.
It's interesting. He's an interesting name. I was thinking triple double, and I'm still really kind of unsure if he is available for me. You're not using him clearly. I don't know. I don't know if I would use him. I mean, it's interesting because, and I'm sure we'll get to triple double, but uh, if you're not using them, there's going to be tournaments where I think all three of them are going to want them. And if I'm not first in line, I'm not getting them. And so Dan's hearing all this, and he's going to sabotage me and take Rory, so I can't. But um, it's interesting with our new rule set
I
this year.
I got rigged completely because
Oh, come on.
this was supposed to be the week where I could take Scheffler, and Scheffler's as big of a doubt as he's been in 4 years to win a golf tournament. And I probably still should take him, but it's like, come on. Like, give me a better option than this.
Yeah, you get first pick when we get to it. I mean,
Yeah, it
just
won't be Scheffler for me on the first.
just sleep on it.
Yeah,
Um,
it won't be Scheffler for me. I'm gonna take someone who I think you guys are sitting
yeah,
on.
that's the smart play. I don't even know where I'm gonna go, but I guess we'll keep on Jordan and we'll get into what I shared with Dan last night that I think has me just incredibly giddy. Um, so Bob, you know, Dan and I, the econ majors, we're nerds. We love our numbers. We love our numbers. We won't apologize for loving our numbers. Um, so what I did is as I said earlier, I took every single hole Jordan's ever played at Augusta. And I compared the first 22, he's played 44 rounds at Augusta. He's played first 22 rounds at Augusta versus the second 22 rounds at Augusta. And it's grim. It's grim. He obviously started off second, first, second. So I mean that's freaking hard to compare to. But I kind of wanted to see where did it really go wrong over these last 22 rounds or what is that, a little over 5 years? Um, and so shout out to Kevin Kisner, um, formerly of the PGA. Well, I guess he's still a PGA Tour member, but formerly of the PGA Tour, and now of the Foreplay podcast, who picked Jordan Spieth as his long shot pick this week. You got something to say? Or
Still a Jupiter Link member.
yes, still a Jupiter Link member, runner up this year. Gets a gold, silver medal, better than
Yes.
bronze and better than not medaling. Um, even when there's only 6 teams. But anyway, picked Spieth as his long shot pick. Did you see this interview, Bob?
I did.
You did. And did you see? I assume you saw why he likes Spieth this week.
I did. Um, it's the first thing that came to mind when he said he didn't make putts. He hasn't been making putts this year. Is that it's very evident that Mr. Kisner doesn't watch golf when NBC is not on the call.
That's true. But did you see the other reason he said he liked him this week?
Well, he said he's striping it. I know that.
Okay. Okay. You're on, yeah, you're on. Yeah. He said the par threes, the par three play. And
Interesting.
so
I don't remember that. I didn't catch that. But what about the par threes? He said.
This is so good.
just the scoring average. Do you know where he is on tour this year in scoring average on par threes?
I was gonna say it can't be good, but now I'm thinking about it. It can't be that bad.
I didn't think it was as good as it was. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of
He's
a lot.
26th.
Yeah,
He's played them under par this year.
it
And
scares me
so
a little bit
go ahead.
because I do think he's he's had a lot of really bad swings on par threes and made a lot of just that are in my mind, a lot of bad swings with a lot of great par saves that I
Okay.
can think of. But
That's fair.
still, he is not historically someone who you are excited to see step up to a par three.
Until
So
this year, the Masters.
the fact that he's even there is good. And honestly, these holes are I'm just thinking from a standpoint of you can't get away with bad swings at these par threes.
No. And he's made a lot of them the last 22 rounds. So, yeah, as I said, I compared the first 22 rounds of his Masters career to the most recent 22 rounds. Um, Compared to the first 22 rounds, Bob, how worse do you think he is on the par threes?
What is that? Sorry, cut out.
How worse do you think he is on the par threes in the second half at Augusta National in the second half of his Masters career compared to that first half in 22 rounds?
Like you're talking like shots relative to
Strokes
par
gained.
or
Strokes
strokes
gained.
gained. Okay.
Can't be that different.
He's probably
I told you the number last night, Dan, didn't
I don't know. I'm not sure we got to this number. We were going
I?
through the
Okay.
ranks on tour because he's just for reference, he's like 26 this year. But I think you rattled off the previous 5 years entering the Masters, and he was like outside the top 115 4 times.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
because
So
my train of thought was I remember recently. I mean, I don't know what that 22 round cutoff is. That would be what, like 6 years ago.
we'll go hole by hole in a minute,
I
and you'll.
I remember. I don't really remember off the top of my head how he's played 4 and 6 before 2019. I mean, they're pretty forgettable holes for Augusta's um,
They've been as of
relative.
late.
So recently, remember we can start with four.
Yeah, we'll start on four.
I remember a lot of missed short putts. I remember a lot
Okay.
of three putts. I remember a lot of bunker shots to 4 feet that were missed.
Okay.
So four can't be very good.
Four is not terrible. So the first 22 rounds at the Masters, he gained 4.65 shots on four in 22 rounds. The second 22 rounds, he's gained 2.07. So he's been on that hole, he's been 2.58 shots worse in the second 22 rounds. It's four has not been that bad. It's been, as we'll get into the other ones.
What is 2.06 shots gained looking at score wise if you average it per year?
69 shots in 22 rounds. So he played it. Yeah, I'll break it down into actual year, like Matthew. So he's played in 3-1-4 in the second 22. Yeah, four hasn't been a bad hole. Four's been okay. It's the other ones where it gets down. It goes downhill. Oh yeah, so we'll just keep going. We'll go
Wait,
to six.
wait,
Go ahead, Dan.
real
Yeah, yeah,
quick before we leave four, which kind of
yeah.
makes some sense that it's not the worst and sort of goes into the point of like why the iron play is um important, but also it's like kind of exciting to feel better about this year because four is always it's like it's hybrid, two or two or maybe
Or
even three
four
to
iron.
four
Yeah,
days, right? Like it's always four iron or it's hybrid,
yeah,
and that's just kind of a hard length. Like making a three there is tough, but the other, or you feel very happy making a three. The other three holes, twos could be made, and that's I think where the discrepancy comes in is because the clubs from I mean, maybe sometimes it's a 5 iron on six if it's into the wind, but like 6 iron through 8 to 9 iron just haven't been up to the standard that was set the first 22. And I think that's what
yeah.
plays out in what you're about to say.
No, and yeah, we'll get to six, and six is where it's really went downhill, and we'll get to 16, which has been even worse, I think. So the first 22 rounds at Augusta, Bob, he played 6 and 63 shots. The second 22, he's played it in 71.
I'm trying
That's
to think of why that is. I like.
8 shot difference in 22 rounds.
I don't think it's bogeys.
It's
I
it's
think
yeah. I mean, we'll get to
it's
16.
definitely got to be birdies. Like
It's
six
a
is a
lot.
hole that has pin positions that prime Spieth would definitely have birdied. Like I can't
Yep,
remember the last time he's birdied six. I don't think he's
yep.
necessarily made as less bogeys.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. He's birdied six once since round 15 at the Masters. Once.
And there are some there that front left pin is a funnel.
Yeah.
Front left, back left is not awful. I mean, obviously back right's not a birdie pin, but
Back
there are
left's hard to
pins.
bogey, but it's tough to birdie, I'd say.
Yeah, but it's easy to hit it 20 feet short and give yourself luck.
Absolutely. No, completely
Um,
agree.
yeah, so sixes went bad, and we'll go to 12 now. I don't want to spend an hour on this, but we'll keep going. First 22 on 12, he played it in 70. Second 22, he's played it in 70.
Because I
Interesting.
was thinking, well, it can't be as bad, right? Because he put in the water 2 holes in a row or two contentions, deep contentions in a row, not counting 15, which wasn't really a tournament going at that point, but neither was 2016 either. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I now that I think about it, in 16 too, he's put a lot of balls in the water on 12 and 16 recently as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we'll get to 16 now. He played first 22 rounds in 61, second 22, 69.
Yeah.
He's made one birdie on 16 since round 22 at Augusta. He's made a
What
bunch
was
of
the what were the
threes,
splits?
61, 69.
Makes sense.
And
Like these,
one birdie since the halfway point.
one birdie since the
So
halfway point.
basically six and 16, he's made a combined two circles on those holes
And there are three funnel pins.
in his
Yeah,
last like 22 rounds there.
yeah.
I mean, I remember one time, maybe it was 2020, 2021, whenever he wore that all navy outfit, maybe it was even 2022. It was that funnel pin. It was super soft. And I mean, everyone had like 6 feet for birdie, and he like
Yep.
snap hooked a 9 iron into the water.
Yep. No, that's how it's been. And 16's gotten easier over time.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let me see. I want to see six. Has six gotten easier over time too? Six has gotten easier over time. Six and 16 have both gotten easier over time. And he's
There's even
gotten
that middle
worse.
left pin that's a funnel. Like there's sneaky three funnel pins on that
Yeah.
green.
No, four's gotten easier too, and he's been worse. Six has gotten easier, and he's been worse. 12's gotten slightly easier. Nothing crazy, but easier. They've all gotten easier, and he's gotten worse on every single hole.
Yeah.
And he's been lost 22 shots to the field. He's been 22 shots worse strokes gained in the second 22 rounds of his career for the first 22. And just to end, so I'm not rambling all night on stats that you don't want to hear, Bob. Let's take a look at his scoring average on par threes in the last what, 5 or 6 years.
No, it's just fascinating. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, and this is why I'm giddy. He's 2020, he was 71st. 2021, which was a good year, 82nd on the par threes. 2022, 179th. 2023, another pretty decent year, 114th. 2024, 169th. 2025, 171st. And this year, 26th
In par three scoring.
in par three scoring. And maybe it all goes to shit this week, but like to me, it feels like he can turn the tables on those holes that he's not played very well at Augusta in the last half decade. And there's going to be some twos on the card for the first time in a long while. I, and we could get in the par five too, specifically 13 that's went awfully. But I mean, he's just doing things. And maybe we were this optimistic last year, but like, man, that par three scoring average, when you really dive deep into it and you hear what Kisner had to say that we really didn't even think of, it's like par threes could be birdie holes this week.
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, specifically 6 and 16. I mean, 4 and 12 are a little bit tougher, but even that front left pin at 12 is very gettable.
Yeah, there was a
Like,
time I see I could sit and dive hole by hole all day. I mean, these holes are just so brilliantly designed.
yeah,
In terms of 13, before I get to the part threes, I think that I don't feel like he's very rarely out of position. It's just always that approach shot, I feel
yep.
like. I mean, he usually hits that fairway
Which
and
one,
has an
13?
yeah, and has an iron
Yeah,
in. And he usually either hits it left and has a really sloppy par, puts it in the creek, puts it in the azaleas, or that back bunker. Like he
yep.
never hits that green from 220 yards.
No, it's so I'm looking at 13 now. So the first 22 rounds it played to 101. It's gotten harder because it's gotten lengthened, but it's still at only 103, and he's been 10 shots worse on 13 between the first 20. He played the first 22 rounds in 95. He's played the second 22 in 105. I mean, he's made what? He's made three sixes in the last 2 years. He made a 7 and 21. Um, it's just not good enough. At
Yeah.
least the sixes. I mean, you can live with a five. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't be making sixes or worse. I was thinking this week, I don't know if I texted you this, Dan, or I think I was replying to a follower on Instagram. He's probably going to be able to afford 1 6, maybe 2 6s if it really gets, crusty out there. But man, would it be nice to get through tomorrow without a six on the card. I think it's probably going to be a pretty darn good score if there's no six on the card. No double on a par four, no bogey on a five.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13. I mean, we've seen it. You've said it, Bob. I mean, we've seen Creek, we've seen Azaleas. I mean, it's about time he just either, if you're in the pine straw, just don't force it and you're milking at five at worst, or you sack up and hit a good iron shot to 45 feet and hopefully two putt for birdie.
Well,
I'm a believer on the pine straw theory.
The pine straw layup, or
If you have a clear shot at the green, that shot's
you
not
go for the
hard.
green. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like that's just a bad swing. I
Yeah.
mean, Smiley, it was fascinating. Smiley was talking today about how he would rather be in the pine straw than the fairway on that hole if he has a clear shot
Wow, that's
because
interesting. I haven't
because of
thought of that.
how sloped the fairway is.
Yeah, because it's flat in that straw, isn't it? That's a
Yeah, and
good point.
he said that it's not slippery at all like some of the other pine straw even on the golf course.
So Spieth should just blast it into the trees for 4 straight
Well,
days.
you can't do that because obviously it's that window is what 8 yards wide. But
Yeah.
in that spot past that first tree, that should never be a layup. And
right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more conservative on layups than you are, than definitely Mr. Slaber. As Mr. Slaber says, if you can get a club
Driver
on
only
it,
next.
driver. Yes.
Yeah,
280
15
over
might be
water
into
from
the
the rough, driver.
15 could be into the wind tomorrow. We can talk about 15. I think if you can get over that green in two, you do it. I've seen that layup shot enough with the Anwa and the champion there putting it
Well,
over the green. I do not want to see that wedge shot. If you think you can get it over the green in two, I much rather you do it than, give yourself a wedge in three. And that wedge shot is, as we've seen, just brutal.
I think there's two spots where that wedge shot is okay. And I think you can make the wedge shot better. It's all about the angle, right?
I also think we're not. Yes, it's a tough layup, or it's a tough layup shot, like players because of the downhill. But the reason why it was so hard for the animal is because they can't spin the ball like the pros can.
And
Like
we've
that
seen
shot's
Spieth go over that green, though.
like I mean they landed on the front of the green and it would and that's the only way they could get it close.
Right.
Yeah.
I will
Like you
say
can
though, like
it's
It's a dead mic. I think a dead mic.
the mic just shot out on you. I'm sure it was a great point though. Well, I'd be happy to hear it once you get the mic back.
back now.
Yeah, there we
Mike's
go.
back.
Um what was I saying? That the back
We
where did
don't
I cut
know.
off?
We don't know. We don't know.
No idea.
Where was the last thing I said?
Well, you
Um,
were criticizing the lack of spin.
you were
I know we
yes,
heard
the lack of
that.
spin.
Yeah,
Um,
but I'm saying I don't think the back of that green is that easy of a shot either,
No.
especially for someone of the
oh,
mental capacity of Spieth.
Right. I think
That's not that's a very intimidating shot to hit as well.
for sure, but you'd rather hit it as your third than your fourth.
Sure,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah, I
and
agree.
if the wedges right are a little tricky. I will say though, like the back right pin on 15, probably the easiest to go get in two. But if you can't, like you can lay up pretty much anywhere and you've probably got 12 yards to land it in and kind of bounce it up there. The far left pin, you got to go way right because I think the closer you get to it, the harder it is to spin it enough. Front right, I think you got to go way left or you got to dump it in that bunker.
I think that
Middle,
bunker
I think
is
that bunker's a
an
play.
amazing spot.
There's nothing wrong with that bunker. You can get to all four of those pins from that bunker. And I don't think it gets played enough,
I don't
personally.
think you can, yeah, you can play chunk and runs. I don't, and everything funnels towards the pin, that far left pin from that bunker.
The only
If,
scary one is front left because if you don't catch the bunker shot right, you're in the water.
yeah,
Like
I know, I
if you
agree.
don't spin it and it rolls 3 feet
I
by and
agree.
it's
But
still
I've
got a little
never understood.
carry,
I think that hole should be a hit that ball as hard as you possibly can and do everything in your power to give yourself an iron. Because
yeah.
if you have an
It's
into the
iron,
green.
if you have an iron, you can control your distance enough at least where if you hit a bad shot and you choose your miss to be right, like worst case, you're in that bunker.
I think
Yeah.
I should play for that bunker. I will say 15 as a whole, and you look at the par fives and 13 we were going over the stats on, I don't necessarily think the lengthening of that hole helped Spieth. I'm not saying it's a lack of execution for why he's not played it as well, but I don't think the length necessarily helps him compared to some other guys. And then 15, man, you watched the Masters last year and look at the high arcing irons that Rory hit. Like Jordan can't do that, which is fine, but he just can't hit the ball that high to get it to land that soft. And that hole is just a harder hole for him than Rory. I mean, you can be in the same spots, but you just know that ball is not going to go as high and it's not going to, drop on a dime. That doesn't mean he can't make a four on that hole. It's
Right.
just, he's at disadvantage. I mean, Augusta, everyone likes to say bombers play well at Augusta. You don't need to bomb it, but it certainly helps. And
You
Jordan
you
hits it far
you
enough, but not
you definitely
Rory.
need you certainly can't be Sep
No.
Bulldog Henley around here.
Yeah. No, I
It just
agree.
makes it that tough because like there are holes where like how do you get it close to the pin on five with a 4 iron? Like you can't.
Kill it in the slope if it's right on that ridge. One of the greatest
Yeah, and then
pins of all
if
time.
you miss by a foot, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's like you do need distance around here. Yes, you don't need to bomb it, but
It helps.
you need distance here.
No. Well, especially when like you mentioned a few guys that don't have the distance of their playing partner competitors, right? Like you're just at a disadvantage right then and there. They're already hitting
Olazabal will
less,
have to overcome it.
right? They're already hitting less club into these
It'll be fine.
greens, more spin. Um, yeah, Olazabal and his hybrid have to be special this week. I will
Be firm and
say,
fast. Be firm
I
and
will
fast.
say,
Not
firm
firm.
and fast. Yeah, I worry about his putting. These greens
Haven't
aren't.
seen a lot of it lately, then.
No, these greens aren't great for Olazabal's game. At
Don't
this
think so.
at this point in his career, I do think he'll golf the ball quite nicely. I know it was a made cut last year. Is that correct?
I'm pulling it up. Pulling it up. No, no.
24.
2024.
Right, that's right. He beat Spieth
Beat Spieth.
by
Yes.
4 that year, I believe, or by 2.
Yes.
I can't
Uh,
remember.
well, he made the cut. He was T45, and Spieth was a jet home to Dallas. So
Yes.
um, it was a minus. He lost 5.2 shots off the tee in 24, but it was a made cut. Rest of the game was in tip-top form. He also played the Hogue Classic in Newport Beach on March 29th in T14, so coming in
No.
with some form.
Yes. No, I feel good about his game.
That's his best. Oh, he likes the Hogue, man. He T14 at the Hogue this year, T15 at the Hogue last year, and those are the only two green boxes in the last 25 starts. So
Yeah.
he knows how to pick a prep course.
Correct. He knows how to find his form pre-Masters.
Yes, he putted beautifully last year too at Augusta, so I would
Oh yeah.
certainly watch out. Two-time champion. Not many can say
No.
that,
No.
including
No,
our
no,
guy.
they cannot.
No. We talked a lot of Spieth. Any other guys that you guys want to discuss, or is there any more Spieth? Because we can talk Spieth all
Thank you
night.
so
But
much for my father contributing in the live chat saying
oh,
Cam Young.
nice, Cam Young. Well, shout out to Mr. Blute Senior. Hope he's doing well. Um,
I love Cam Young this week. He's Smiley's pick to win,
okay,
and it's it's weird because with how much golf we watch, there is sort of a feeling that comes with someone who wins at Augusta, right? Cam Young just doesn't feel like that guy to me, but everything else is there. He's won a
yeah,
big tournament. He's got the game for this golf course. I mean, it's all there. It just doesn't feel like to me that's someone who would be wearing a green jacket. That's the only
yeah.
thing I have against him is just
Masters week. I agree. Masters week is weird. I mean, you like Sunday, I'm feeling like okay about Jordan, and now I'm Wednesday night and I'm all in. Although we've had some signs. One more thing on Jordan, and I want to talk about Cam Young. They showed Jordan was on the range. They showed him on Golf Channel the second range session. He was hitting, I think, like a 3 iron. He's striping the ball. It looked like not chatting with McCormick. McCormick like comes up behind him. Jordan's not even paying attention. McCormick's like doing a practice swing behind Spieth, and Spieth isn't even looking at him, like not even paying attention. Greller was like to the right of the range, chatting with someone. Jordan's just in his own world. Um, and I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. But yeah, Cam Young's interesting. I was talking about like you get into Masters week and you have the highs and lows of how you feel about people as the week kind of progresses. I don't know. Like I was
Yeah.
saying I would take Spieth, Rom. I did say Spieth. I will not apologize. Spieth, Rom, and Cam Young against the field a few weeks ago. I just don't know about Cam Young. We'll get into my model where Spieth is. Cam Young only came in at 14. Like I thought he would be higher. He's a weird guy too because he won at what the Wyndham and he's won at the Players and those are just not courses you think he'd play well at. Um, I don't know if I love Augusta for him either. He's just been so good of a putter, and it's not like that hurts him. But you look at Augusta, and I saw some crazy stat, but like we've all heard, like the guys that win Augusta are not great putters typically, and it's been a massive weapon for Cam Young. And obviously that doesn't hurt, but like I just don't know. And he hasn't played since the Players. That gives me pause. There's been that stat going
that
out about
definitely is a problem. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
There's
we saw that stat that doesn't happen.
no like
People don't
all
not
all
play
these
and then
big
just win.
names haven't played. all the big names haven't played, which and helps Spieth's case, even though it didn't go great last week. At least with the putter, it didn't go great. But anyway, I just don't know about Cam Young. I could see it, but I think at this point there are other guys I think I like more. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I'm out on Cam Young this week.
Okay.
Like if he's gonna win a major, it's not this one yet.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
think
fair.
he's got the players is great, and it's a great win. But Fitzpatrick also bogeyed the last to give
Yeah,
him the
it's
outright.
it's
I
bold of
mean,
you to
look,
fade the scratch gamblers, but
he he did go get the birdie on 17. And I'm not saying Cam Young's
yeah,
not a good player. I just don't think this golf course with a month off of play, with how firm and fast it's going to be, I think it's just not. It's just it doesn't feel like a Cam Young course. Like there's other guys that I'm like, oh yeah, I could see that. Like this
yeah, it's
is
fair.
this is how part of the reason I think it's easy to be optimistic about Spieth in some sense is like this is how he wants it to play. Like you can say the same thing about Patrick Reed. This is how he wants the golf course to look. Um,
We could spend
could
all night on period, but
could
yeah.
argue the same for Hideki Matsuyama. Well, like these guys want it to be firm and tricky where they can show off their short games. I know Cam Young's a good player, and I got a good short game, but I'm not sure that it's crafty enough in some sense to get it done without playing a little bit more, um, especially recently. So I'm not super high on Cam Young this week. Probably T12, but I don't think he's really in the picture.
Yeah, I think we can get into someone else after this, try and do like a rapid fire. But it's just like, dude, you didn't play after the players, man. I mean, go get like there's competitive
Yeah.
rust that's going to be there. I think, and I get he's in great form, but it's like, man, Rory last year I think played Houston.
Yeah.
Like at least he got some juices under him. I think he played Houston pretty well. It, yeah, he went win at the players, came back in Houston a couple weeks later, T5'd, and then won at Augusta. It's just I know it's probably a pretty small sample size of guys that went straight from the players to Augusta, but to win both of them and not play anything in between, I mean, it kind of seems like something only Tiger would have done.
Yeah.
Um, just seems like a
Agreed.
tough ask. Trying to think any names, like I'm just looking at my model here. Any names you got in mind, Dan? It's tough because we don't want to give away like triple double picks, but
Right.
um, thank you to Mr. Blute Sr. for actually giving us a name, which was very nice. I see we have someone in the chat. Thoughts on Sarazen's history at Augusta? Yeah, we had quite the discussion about Mr. Gene Sarazen. That's not even his real name. Last year in our preview, real name is actually Eugenio Saraceni, so not even his real name, and not even his real double eagle at the Masters. Apparently,
Yeah.
um, we've dug into Sarazen before, a known cheater at Augusta, a known improver of lies when there were no camera crews around, because there just weren't camera crews around. 19 whatever was it 35
Yeah.
30 yeah 35 he won the Masters with a double eagle that apparently no one saw. Yeah, not a guy that we think very fondly of.
You
Another
mentioned
comment,
Batia.
but I don't. Just another. Yeah, I'm not big on Batia either this week. Twofold with Batia though, because you got on the bad side, he's the last time we saw him was in India because he went over to play the Indian Open and that went terribly on that weirdo golf course that they play over there. On the good side, he's a lefty, which never hurts around Augusta. And on the other good side, if you throw out that Indian Open, he's played, I mean, phenomenally this year. What's he got? Freaking T13 at the Players. He won the API, T16 Genesis, T6 at Pebble. So he's coming in with good form, but that last start wasn't good. Um, I don't know. I just his two Masters appearances at T35 and T42 kind of leaves a lot to be desired. And uh, model is only 39.
Yeah.
I think Elise, friend of the podcast, who's not on with us tonight, always preaches there's no course that we play every year that's got more where course history is more important than Augusta National, and Batia's got that going against them.
Yeah, you can. Your argument for him is that he's never been playing golf this good.
Yes, very true.
Um, Everyone's got to start somewhere. I assume you guys have just been reading down the line, and Batia was the first one you guys got to, or did you get to someone
We
else?
talked a little Gene Sarazen while you were away because we had a
Oh,
comment regarding Mr. Eugenio Saraceni.
well, it's tough to. I don't know what's a bigger sham, that or the par three contest. Both are embarrassments and completely against Clifford Roberts' wishes. But I believe before Clifford Roberts died, the par three contest did exist, and I don't believe children were allowed. Um, I'm pretty sure the par three contest did exist without children. Just saying.
Yeah, it started
Um,
in 1960. We had to look that up earlier, but
but
changed for
yes,
the worse.
in regards to Sarazen, you have to like his chances this week. I mean, if he's gonna cheat from the ground, he can cheat from below. So who knows?
It's fun.
But
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? A scorecard could come in on Sunday with a maybe that's gonna catch the over.
Oh, yes. That's a good comment from Mr. Borgman. Sarazen's caddy's name was John Henry Stovepipe Gordon. That's a good comment. We can't forget that. It is funny that we've crapped on Sarazen and our guys made a couple nines on that hole to end his bit of jacket, um, which is kind of freaking funny.
Sarazen
Maybe,
Sarazen beat
yeah,
him by a touchdown on that hole.
maybe we gotta praise Sarazen, because maybe we'll get 4 4s on that hole if we stop putting them down.
Mm, all right, yeah.
But
I think we should get in a triple double because I don't want to
oh, did
give
we
away
lose Bob?
my.
Well, I think we gotta wait because Bob, Bob has crashed, which is not good. Um, are we still even going on YouTube here? We might be in trouble, Dan. I think we are going. I think it was a crash, but a continuation of the live stream. I think, yeah, but yes, we are still going.
Oh wow,
That's
incredible.
unfortunate. Bob will be back, but I guess before we get into triple double, because he's leading us off, so we
Oh
can't.
yeah, that's right. Can't steal the
Yeah,
first pick.
yeah. I'm trying to think of more players. It's the first timers are interesting. I don't even know who the first timer is in the model. I guess well, Bob's back, so I guess we'll get into triple double shortly here. Um, any guess where Spieth wound up in the model? I thought it was pretty fair.
13.
13. Bob, welcome back.
Did the live stream survive that or no?
Yes, the live stream did
Just
survive. It took us a second to figure out if it did, but it did.
how the hell did that happen?
I have no clue, to be
It
quite
was
honest.
Sarazen.
Yeah. Well, Stairs would have crashed the damn thing. He
Wow,
would have.
like did it
I don't know.
I mean it's still streaming,
Yeah.
but
No, it's
did
we're
it
good to
pick
go.
up what you guys were saying while I was gone?
I
Yeah.
think it did.
Yeah,
I
it brutally did.
yeah. I
Wow,
mean,
that's
that might
impressive.
be a good sign for the week in terms
It
of Mr.
really could
Speed.
be. I was thinking the same thing.
Um, but yeah, I was asking, where do you think Spieth is in the model or my model?
Um,
I think it's a pretty fair number.
22.
Dan said 13th. Dan is closer. Is 15th,
Okay.
which I think is pretty good. I mean, he's,
I
you
think that's
know,
very good in regards to where he's probably going to finish. I don't think he's got the 15th best chance to win this week, though.
I think it's lower or higher.
I think it's higher.
I agree. I look at some of the names above him, man. And that's just Henley's above him. Um, freaking Morikawa's above him. Like the Morikawa's tough because it's
Oh,
like,
no, I meant it's lower. I think more than 15 people have a
oh,
chance to win this week.
oh, the speed. There'd be some pretty hilarious names. I think you'd be including in that.
Well, let's name them.
Well, do you give any of the first timers a greater chance?
No.
Okay. Do you give a guy like
Scheffler,
Court? Okay. Yes.
Rory,
Ooh.
Bryson,
Rom.
Rom,
That's four. All right.
Ludwig.
Ooh, Ludwig? I guess yeah,
Scratch gamblers are very high on Ludwig this
you
Over
week.
gotta say
Spieth.
Ludwig.
Ludwig is my pick to win the tournament.
But
I'll be
Ludwig
firm there.
Ludwig doesn't win. Anyway.
Y- he- Trust me. Ludwig, if you think Spieth has a better chance to win than Ludwig, that's unbelievable.
No, I don't oh. Yeah, you can't think that. But like,
I think
All right, let's
Ludwig's got a
keep
better chance.
going.
yeah, yeah. Ludwig is
Xander,
5. 6.
Colin.
Whoa, no, no, no. Come on.
Absolutely.
His back is cooked.
Yeah, but what if he shows up on painkillers and he's fine and stripes it around?
He could give Woods a call. You can't rule that out. That's a good point.
Like
He
he could,
also
like I
apparently
mean,
couldn't play links
it's
golf
it's.
in
I'm not saying it's
2021.
high, but I'm saying Spieth has like a 1% chance and Colin has a 1.8.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I keep
7.
going.
Colin, I think it's ridiculous to not say Fleetwood as well.
I'd agree. I'd give you Fleetwood. I think that's
Yeah.
fair.
Young,
Okay.
Okay.
Pat Reed,
I think Pat Reed disappoints this week.
Justin Rose.
It's fair.
I think you know what, I'm not gonna jinx anything. We'll see Rose tomorrow. We'll see.
Hideki. So that's 12. Now it gets interesting.
How many you said
Fitzpatrick.
15, right?
Fitz. I'm skipping over Hovland.
Minwoo.
Fitz, Minwoo, Kepka.
Oh, come on with
That's a good one.
Kepka.
Kepka's a winner.
Bob is
Yeah,
saying we have the worst
I
chance in
don't
our
think
threesome
Minwoo has a
tomorrow.
better chance to win. Um, I think they play this tournament a million times. I think Spieth walks out with one, and I think Cam Smith, the Ripper, walks out with two.
Oh, the
Oh
Ripper.
my
The
goodness.
frickin' Ripper.
Um,
I think
Scott.
Adam Scott.
Boomers, man.
All right, we've lost the plot.
Now I think I'm done. So I guess it's not as high as I thought. I think I got like 18.
I will say,
And you
I
can
think
easily disagree with a lot of them. That's fair.
yeah. I no, but
But
I want Cam Smith is interesting. Um, did you guys mention in the scratch chat that you guys were going to bet him for a placement? Did I see that?
I wanted to bet him first round top 20.
I think that's a great bet.
I do too.
He well, he's still not hitting the ball great, but he'll make everything he looks at. Like that's a
And he's a
guarantee.
brutal champion around Augusta.
Yeah, like
He puts these greens as well as anyone I've ever seen besides prehistoric Spieth.
yeah. I do not like Cam Smith, but like you're probably getting a good number on that too.
Yeah, he's like plus 230 top 20 first
Yeah,
round, I think.
he could do that just with one club.
I know.
Now the other ones, it's
I mean, if everything we're
massively
saying is correct, one under could be top 20 tomorrow.
I think one under is easily top 20 tomorrow. Wait, hold on, I want to see where it was in 21 because Spieth was one under, and I think he was T12, maybe uh T8 at one under in 21. I mean, I think one under freaking every year. One under in 22 is T10. 23 it was, well, 23 it was T26, but I mean, you get the point. Um, Cam Smith's an interesting one. He just pops. But come on, saying he's got a better. You didn't say he had a better chance of winning Spieth, did you?
Who's?
Cam Smith.
I do.
There's no chance. Absolutely no chance.
I think you guys don't understand that I don't think Spieth has a chance to win a major in his first tournament in contention in 4 years.
That's fair. But when Cam Smith is in the freaking azalea bushes on two off the tee tomorrow
Cam
and he makes a
Smith
seven
to
because he's
beat
taking unplayable.
Cam Smith to beat Spieth this week as a matchup would be a terrible bet. But
Win
just
the golf.
win,
Has he came close? Has he won on live?
I don't know. I don't
He's won
follow it.
3 times on live, but they were all in 2023. He hasn't won in the last 3 years. Well, he's just like Spieth.
I mean, I won't apologize for calling Cam Smith a great champion around Augusta's greens. He puts the hell out of the ball here.
Yeah, he did miss the cut last year.
He did, and it was sick because we had a lot of wagers on him too.
Yes, he made every putt too, and he still missed the cut.
I know it was poor.
That's incredible from Cam Smith. He's interesting though. I like that number you guys got him. He just needs one round, the T20. I think that's very doable. Um, but Dan wanted to get into triple double. I don't know if we have.
Did you guys see my dad's comment on Saracen?
Oh, let me see this. I'm curious what your father had to say.
I unfortunately am old enough to remember his double eagle. It was 3 hops in the 6 foot roll.
Oh, sure it was. Sure it was.
One of the great shams of our lifetime.
Yeah.
It's not
Fred
even
Couples has
close.
a higher chance of making the cut than Brooks. That is phenomenal.
Thanks for
That
the
is a
mash name,
great
Saracen.
that is a great comment from Mr. BSFM. Couples has a higher chance of making the cut than Brooks. I
All right,
what are Couples made cut odds?
before we get into triple double, and I do want to give my thoughts quickly on some of these players that I'm sure you guys talked about.
Couples
Like
would be
I'm
terrible.
super low on Goddard up this week.
I agree.
I don't know why. I just think he peaked already this season.
Yeah, and he's first timer.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of. I think you said it earlier in the podcast, Bob. The first time roster this year kind of stinks. It's would have been nice if Ben Griffin, had the form that he did last year, but he doesn't. Um, it's kind of funny. I think the highest first timer in the model is got her up at 29th. Oh, Sam Stevens might be first timer, but I don't know. Stevens is 28th, but regardless. Yeah, it's just the first time tax around Augusta, man. It just doesn't. Good luck, man. And these first timers aren't great. I mean, they're not Ludwig, they're not Spieth. What are their first timers that playing like really, really well in recent memory?
Zalatoris.
He's a
I can't
wild. Well,
believe
he
you
got
guys
hurt, so
questioned Ludwig having a better chance to win than Spieth.
Dan did. I didn't. I still think Ludwig's a choker until proven otherwise, but he's got a better chance than Spieth.
That's fair. I mean, it's fair. He
He's
doesn't
got a
prove
better
otherwise.
chance just because he's gonna be like in the tournament more. There's a
You
better
don't know
chance
that.
he's
You
there's a
don't
better
know that.
chance he's inside the top five. But I think if you put Spieth and
I
Ludwig inside the top five the same amount of times, Spieth is gonna win more than Ludwig. But
correct.
that's not a right way to think about it.
Correct.
So
It's not. That's my point. I think if you put them in the final group together 10 times, I think well that would be actually quite entertaining.
yeah, I think
No, that's no. I want to see that.
I would take somebody in the penultimate group, I think.
Yeah.
I'd see Spieth. We've seen Spieth play enough of Ludwig. That's
Yeah.
enough of that.
I also think Jordan, in terms of Ludwig, I think underachiever is a better term than choker. He's really only choked one tournament. Last week wasn't great.
Okay, but when you have
But
money on him this week and he does something on Sunday that you're not going to like, will you change your tune?
Yes, you will.
probably. I mean, it depends what he does. Like if he makes a
Okay.
bogey on 14 and loses by one, no. But if he's two up on 12 and puts a ball in the water, and yeah,
Will you be rooting for Ludwig? I guess it depends who he's going against, but
yeah,
you don't like
I
Ludwig that much. You think the brain's the what's telling you the
I don't like Ludwig that much, but I think I've convinced myself that this is such a sharp pick that I'll be rooting for him just to be able to say I was right. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's fine. That's the alpha
So
male
I
in you.
think
That
I'm
makes
rooting
total
for
sense.
him over most people. Probably not rooting for him against certain Patriots like Reed or maybe. I mean, I'm probably not rooting for him against DeChambeau because I want to see DeChambeau win here and spoil and just kind of, just kind of fire back at Rory.
It's so devastating that Rory won last. We didn't even talk about the absolute sham that it was with Rory wearing the jacket in his pre-tournament interview. That's pathetic. That just tells you he's not winning this week. he's still savoring and basking in from last year. Champions move on.
He got very lucky that
Last year, yeah,
he got very lucky.
no, I'd agree.
I'm pretty sure Rose's ball hit something on the way to the hole there.
It's tough to disagree with that.
And Rose had a devastating 17th hole.
Yes, this is all true.
So
I'm happy that Rory's off early. Speaking of that, I know we'll get into triple double at some point here. I know we're going long, but it is the Masters. Does kind of suck in my opinion. I wish Jordan was off early tomorrow. I just think I don't love him sitting around. I think it'd be nice to get out there and set the pace. I mean, we saw him do that 11 years ago. It's not the end of the world, but I just think for the type of player he is, maybe a bit mentally, I don't love him sitting around. Although if he sits around and the lead's like 4 under and it plays hard, he's gonna be freaking, getting the Grinch smile on his face. Like, I just gotta shoot 4 under around these parts, man. Like, I mean, there's the potential, but if someone posts like a 7, man, like I don't love looking at that. Um, but we'll see. And that doesn't even begin to start with the tee time assortment that we've gotten this year. Jordan's been late early freaking every damn week on tour this year, it seems. It's kind of getting old. It's not fun. I don't know if how it affects you, Bob, over on the West Coast, but I mean, man, it's been late early on a pretty much a weekly basis. I really thought
I
it'd
mean, I don't
be
mind it. Because I mean, I guess from a regular week's point of view, yeah, I'd rather early late just because I have class Thursday and I know of class Friday. So I'd rather wake up early and then go to class than miss his round. But
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, for the Masters, I don't think it matters. Like I think honestly, I like I like going out there knowing what the score is as a fan. Like that like I want.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you know
But
what a good score is. I mean, when he's
yeah,
teeing off on Thursday.
and I also think that it's good for him because if he goes out there and he watches Brooks make 4 birdies in the first 5 holes in the morning, that might
Which
change,
won't happen with
which
Pete
won't
going.
happen. No. I think he'll play well this week though. I don't think well, but I think he'll finish 3 under par for the week.
Be a good. That could be freaking top 15. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think at worst it's
I don't think
top
he'll ever
20,
really
top
be in the
25.
story, but I'd be shocked if Brooks Koepka is not a major champion again,
Brooks's
based on what
putting
I've
this
been
week
seeing.
could be an issue.
Yeah. If he figures out that putter, I hearing him say that he's fallen back in love with the game is very scary for the tour.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm excited to see Jordan play with him. I've been waiting. They get along pretty well. His caddy as
And I
well.
think and Brooks always has that list, right? Like of the
Spieth's
people
not on
who
the
he has to
list.
beat. He's not on the list.
Oh, it's not. I don't even know if he's got a list at this point, though, man. He's still in the early stages of his comeback. Shinnecock could be interesting, though. I think the PGA is going to be an event. Well, I mean, he's won at easy PGAs. He won at Bellerive, but it's like I think it's still going to be a little bit too soon. But Shinnecock could be interesting.
I agree.
Um,
But anyway, back to the late early, I think knowing that if he watches someone in the afternoon go super low on the front nine, he already knows what the morning score shot was. Like he already knows what a good score is. Like he knows that if the leading score is -6 and someone's 5 under through 9, like he knows that that's not sustainable. Whereas if it's the morning, maybe that psychs him out. But that's getting really nitty gritty.
yeah, no, that's
That's getting
fair.
really nitpicky. That's a very fine too. Like I don't think that really is going to affect how his week goes. But
That's fair. I will say, as a fan tomorrow, the groups tomorrow are quite nice to enjoy a stress-free morning waiting for Spieth. I mean, we get
what's
what
on
we get
lead?
Scheffler in the morning. Yeah, we get Mr. WeChat. We get Scheffler, Reed, Fleetwood, Bryson, Xander, Matsuyama, Morikawa, Rory. Maybe we don't get Scheffler. Scheffler's in the afternoon. We get all those names minus Scheffler. Like, there are some big boy names to watch tomorrow morning, which isn't surprising, but it's like sometimes like you're grouped with a lot of the big names, and I mean, it'll be nice to kick back tomorrow morning, kind of see how the course is playing. And kind of as you said, Bob, we know what the target score is teeing off in the afternoon and the morning. You're still kind of figuring things out. Um, but yeah, do we get in the triple double
I think we
or
do.
alrighty, you're leading us off.
Um, hmm.
The leader. This is a week for Dan and I to cut in.
Yes, I'm going to take.
So next week
I was between three players going into this week. I'm going to
to
try and
win.
get them
Okay.
all, but I don't think I'm going to get one of them. And I'm going to take the person I'd rather more, and that's Xander Schauffele.
X-Man.
Yes. I don't see a world in which Xander Schauffele finishes outside the top 12 this week.
Okay.
And I
It's a good
think he's
pick.
my second pick to win, and then maybe it's Bryson, maybe it's Rom. I really haven't figured out between the two of those, but
Nice of you to let us know who
Yeah, who you
you
might be
want.
thinking
Appreciate
about.
it.
yeah. Well, I mean, you already know my first pick.
Yeah.
Xander's interesting. I'm interested to see how he plays because I have wagered against him in a matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get. I mean, I have to wait 4 picks. I knew I wasn't going to get Bryson
Yeah,
or Rom. I know those are going to go quickly.
we'll see. Um, you, Dan,
Yeah,
playing at two.
I'll take Rom.
Okay, okay. That's your one ROM use.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. We haven't included it yet, but I think Reed's one use too. Because he's
Yeah.
just not playing tour events. So if you want someone who wants Reed, I think one is that fair, Bob?
I'm not going to pick him, so I mean, yeah, that's
But
fair.
is it fair still?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
that's
fair.
fair just because he's not playing. So that leaves me. Okay, well, I have Scheffler on the board, so that's certainly intriguing. Um, I'm gonna go Scheffler. I'm gonna go Scotty. He's number one in the model for
Well, you
obvious
have two
reasons.
picks. I mean, yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, so I'm not really saving anything.
I mean,
Why
let's
did I
be
do that?
frank. Scheffler's going to play well this week. I don't think it's a
Oh
win,
yes.
but he's gonna finish top 10.
Yeah, if he somehow misses the cut, I'm done with triple double for the year. Um, no, the thing with Scheffler too is he's inevitably going to start playing better, and maybe that starts this week. And the problem is I'm not going to be able to get him if I'm not starting. So I'll take my Scheffler. I'm getting a Scheffler. And yeah, the floor should still be pretty darn high. Um, Second pick, it's a little bit more difficult. Rom was second in my model. Have I used him twice? I've used him once. I think I know the scratch gamblers were like pretty chalk this week, aren't they? But this is a good week to be chalk. Is that correct, Bob?
Yeah, it's a good week to be chalk. Yes.
Yeah, because it's tough to go
The
against the top
Masters makes all
guys.
their money on people. They don't lose money from chalk because so many people bet people just out of heart.
Yeah, alrighty,
Like
I'll go
they've already made $1
Fleetwood.
million on Tiger in the past 5 years. So
Yeah, I'll go Fleetwood. He's third in the model. I think he's the guy. I took Fleetwood over Xander in a model. It's funny. I think Xander's got a better chance to
oh
win. Who said you say wow?
yeah,
Yeah, I think Xander's got a better chance to win. But the Fleetwood floor is something to love. And you could say the same for Xander. I think I got Fleetwood a plus money over Xander. And a plus money, I thought it was a decent wager. Um, yeah, good Augusta history, obviously. Known loser, but he was a known loser at the freaking players too, and he made me 730 grand. So he's the consistent man this year. T3 and 24. T21 last year wasn't great. He didn't putt well, but Yeah, I'll go Tom Fleetwood. That's my second Fleetwood, so he's done.
I will take a Fitzpatrick.
Okay. Oh, the big hitters are out this week.
That's what I was taking,
Yeah, he would have
but
been
that's
probably
just
my
because I was
third.
expecting you to take Bryson, so I'll take Bryson, and then I'll take Ludwig.
Oh, that's easy.
So I'm getting my big three. I have been between these three, and I will victory lap if any of them win because I've picked them to win at different points this year, as well as Hideki, who was my preseason pick. So if any of those four win, I win. But I'm happy that I got my big three. I really
You haven't
did.
even used Ludwig yet.
I thought that you were going to go Bryson, and then I was going to take Fitz because Fitz is my next favorite guy. I'm not too high on Hideki anymore. It doesn't seem random enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Bryson's another guy we didn't really discuss. Bob, do you like Bryson over Rom this week?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. See, we differ there, but that's
They're
interesting.
playing on live at least. They were playing just as good golf. Bryson recently, I think, from what's been told, is let up a little bit, but I trust it'll get it there. And since live, Rom is a major loser.
Yeah, well, that's
Rom was
fair. I
playing
know.
just as good last year, and he was a complete disappointment. Besides 4 holes of contention at Quail.
No, it's a interesting point. I mean, this is what we are getting back into kind of earlier. Rob is underperformed his career, I think, so far. I mean, you said it, Bob. He might have some other good years ahead, but for him to only have two majors, it's like not great. Not great. He's a better player than Jordan all time, and Jordan still got the major tally on him. So interesting. But yeah, you're up, Dan. You got the last. Well, no, I got the last pick, but you're up.
I'll go Minwoo Lee if I still have a Minwoo.
You haven't even used Minwoo. Oh no, you have. You have a Minwoo though.
Yeah, I'll take a Minwoo.
Okay.
So if any of these players win this week, besides, or no, that wasn't the last pick. You have the last pick, don't you?
I have the last pick. Yeah.
Oh,
Um. hmm. Have I not? Oh, I've used Hideki twice. That's good because yeah, I like Hideki this week. At least the model likes him, and that kind of hurts. Um. Oh man, we're really going down the barrel here. Um. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, this is the chalk week. All the top five in my model are gone. Well, Hideki was five. Siwoo Kim's at six. Yeah, I don't think he can win this week, but I know placements are a big scratch gambler strategy on Masters Week. His Masters history isn't great, but man, with his ball striking, I think the floor is pretty high. I know he doesn't hit it that hard, but like he ain't gonna miss a fairway and he's gonna flush his irons. And this seems like he's got a great short game, which you're gonna need this week. So
I
he's
mean, yeah, but
interesting.
like that's kind of what you say about Neiman too, and he does the same thing every year at the
That's
Masters.
fair. Rory's seventh in the model.
It's
Do I really
risky.
miss Scotty and Rory?
I mean, you have
Oh
ground to make
man.
up. It might be time to go big or go home and take that backdoor
Well,
T6 to the
well,
bank.
well. That's true. I might have to do it. Rory just worries me this week. I feel like the floor might not be that high. He didn't play well in his last two events leading up, which can't kind of be just thrown out. It was he withdrew from API and he was a T46 to players. So that worries me. But do I do it? Again, Rory's a guy, like if he starts playing well, he's going to be tough to get. Dan's already used him once. I go down my model. Bryson was 11, he's used. Minwoo 12, he's used. Ludwig's 13. Mr. Spieth is coming up here. I'm just going down the list. I mean,
I think Spieth's good for a top 25 this week.
You know what? Just save time. Henley was ninth. You guys don't like Henley. You don't like Henley this week, Bob.
I'm
Yeah,
fading the shit out of Henley, to be honest.
yeah. I use him with the players. He had a decent week at the players, but completely different golf course. We'll go
He
Rory.
has he has a good
F it.
ceiling, Henley, just because he's a great player, but his floor is so low.
Yeah.
If he's
No,
not
that's
chipping the
fair.
ball well with all the long irons he's hitting in, he could miss the cut by 4 shots.
That's true. His Masters history is. I just he's another high floor guy. I already said I'm going Rory, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
Henley missed the cut at Valera doesn't count. Cow pasture. Yeah, Henley's Masters record is not very good. He's got T30, a 31, a 38, two cuts, and four green boxes. And he played it. It's funny too, because we kind of forget that Henley fell off the face of the earth for a few years. And since 22, he's been T34, 38 cut. And his lack of distance has not helped him here. And his iron play, since he's been hitting longer irons, has not been very good. Um, so yeah, we'll go Rory. We got, I mean, the effing big dogs out this week for Masters Week for triple double. I mean, hypothetically, if a sports book offered our nine guys against the field, is it minus money? It has to be minus money, without a doubt. I can probably find the odds on that. I'll have to when we get off. I'll have to do like a. There's got to be like a calculator there to figure out the implied odds of having all those nine guys.
Yeah.
We've hit the top of the board. Who's the longest shot of our nine? Minwoo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane. And Bob, you said all nine of these guys have a better chance to win than Spieth, right?
Oh, by a long shot, yeah.
Oh, whoa. Watch Spieth win, and we don't even freaking have him. That would
Actually,
be
that's not true.
phenomenal.
I don't think Minwoo has as much more of a shot than Spieth. I think if Minwoo were to win, he wouldn't have to overcome the mental demons, but he'd have to overcome the Clifford ghosts. I mean, they don't want to see the let him cook
No.
contingent running around Augusta National.
Yeah, we didn't get much into Cliff Roberts tonight because I could go on for an hour, but no, we can't have Malbon, let it cook.
We can't have
Can't be happening.
Malbon wearing the jacket. Like they're
No,
like that might be a greater force than Spieth himself in stopping a win.
correct. That's not proper at all. And
And
yeah,
so
Minwoo's Masters record's kind of iffy. He's got a 14 cut, 22.49. So he's another guy that's not played great here, although he's playing
again,
the best golf of his career.
again,
So
much this is the best golf of his life, I think.
yes,
So that's
yeah,
fair.
it is.
But yeah,
He's in
that's
great form.
that's all I got.
No, that's all I got as well. I'm
Been a
just looking at
great
the chat
it's
here.
been a great chat. We had a
Yes.
consistent 50 viewers the entire time. This thing was going. We appreciate you guys all giving us the time of day because to be honest, the people watching this, I mean, we like to call ourselves golf experts with the reason being that we watch so much golf.
Too
But if
much.
you're watching
Every cool
this for
Sunday.
2 hours, you're probably watching just as much golf as we are. So
It's well said.
thank you to everyone watching. We're glad that you enjoy our show this year. As always, as I say every year, the years roll on as the green jacket is rolled out. You're only as many years old as you are green jackets old. So another year is about to come and go, and we appreciate that it's now been. I mean, this has been a quarter of my life that we've been doing this
Hell
podcast,
yeah.
basically.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I wish I was young enough
yeah,
to say that, but
it's been a treat. Still is. Don't see this ending anytime soon.
oh,
Um,
we could ride off into
unless
the sunset Sunday night if
yeah, it's true. Yes, yes. If we win the Masters this week, it might be a retirement on top of Peyton Manning, so to say. But
yeah. Before we go, BSFM, another Minwoo is playing with couples and an amateur. So we're getting Minwoo in couples and Potgieter and Olafable.
Yeah.
I mean, did Augusta do that? They had to have done that on
Yeah.
purpose.
Augusta knows what's up.
Put a boomer. I mean, who's Nap with? I mean, just to really test the theory. Um, where are the tee times? Where's Nap?
I believe Nap was out pretty early, so I can, that makes it a
Nap.
decent shot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Nap is with Burns and Cam Smith, so the balls could be quite scattered in that group.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much distance wise, but in terms of straight, we got Burns, who's known to hit a right ball every once in a while, and Mr. Smith. It's definitely a duck cover and hold with him. Um, you got Knapp, who's just been pounding balls 190 feet high in the air. But yeah, kudos to Augusta knew what they were doing, putting some of the bombers with the old guys. I mean, that will be pretty incredible. We got well, Bubba doesn't hit it far anymore. Seeing it just before we go, I'm seeing if there's any other groups here with a short hitter and a long hitter. That would be fun to watch. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But I think we're good to go. Jordan's off what? Fourth to last group tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um,
120.
1:20 p.m. Eastern. Bob, you're 3 hours now, right? Or is it two still? Or is it
Yes,
three or
yes,
two?
3.
So 10. Well, you'll be up at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, probably,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
I think yeah, the black coffee will be going. It'll be
Uh,
flowing.
it'll be going. The azaleas will be going. It'll be. There's never a. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like every year, I feel like since I've been out here, I've woken up early, and the minute the Masters ends, I basically just go to bed. Like my time just shifts back 3 hours. Like I don't like stay up after the Masters. I just treat it like it's 3 hours ahead, and I'm tired.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't blame you for that.
It's a good way to live it.
It's a
Yes.
fantastic way to live it.
Well, it's the best week of the
It's
year.
gonna cost me a quiz tomorrow, so hopefully my dad's not watching anymore because he got mad last time I
There
said
was a
that.
recent comment. I do see a recent comment.
Oh
Second
boy.
was he's recent. Well,
Oh boy. But yeah,
if
well,
our
we'll
guy
know in
Jordan
five
Spieth
minutes
wins
when
the
he sends a
Masters,
text, but
you'll
um
be back in class.
yes. But it's well worth it. Be a great week. And yeah, I mean we're hoping that we can for once get the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because the best case scenario could be very fun.
Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah.
I feel like I put it in chat before. Like this is go what 12th go around this place and still chasing the second jacket, and it's like a runner up is nice towards going towards the end of the year. I mean that would certainly help, but
I
it's
mean, a
about damn
heartbreaking loss in a
time.
playoff would be it would be nice to feel that again though.
Sure, I mean it would be great fuel for the rest of the year, but I mean there's plenty of unfinished business around these parts. Um, and who knows? Who knows? We've kind of said all the top names kind of have some question marks, and our guy is in good spirits. So hope for the best, expect the worst. Expect the par three play to again be poor this year. Expect the azaleas or Race Creek to be found on 13 or 12. Expect the worst, hope for the best, and who knows? Maybe we'll go live if something crazy happens
Yeah, we say
tomorrow. I
this every
mean,
year, and he's never really been that
and then
much in
he
it since the podcast
shits the
started.
bed.
So
Yeah, but so we won't go live. It's just not going to happen. Um, but yeah, that's all I got. Enjoy the Masters, everyone. It's the best week of the year. Savor it while it's here for these next 4 days, and
Yeah.
of course.
have a good night.